Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Baijanti Malik, and I have my colleague also, Mr. Devashish Jana. We are representing Odisha Mining Corporation. It's a state-owned gold category PSU. So I'll come straight to the project which we have applied for. This is the community-led total sanitation program. Now, this is a unique community-based program which was launched for 15 villages in the covering the remotest village of Sukrangi chromite mines. This was the first phase which we conducted, and it covered a household of the activities which were taken were initially we started off with a baseline study, and accordingly a target was set up. After that, we conducted door-to-door visits, which were encouraged to motivate the household for the safe disposal of the feces, including the child feces. Pocket tiggering was also done in the hamlets of the villages. Then there was this door-to-door visit. There were a lot of awareness campaigns which was taken up. There was a lot of cleanliness drive which was taken up, and the technical guidance was provided for the toilet construction, and individual tiggering was also done. This was the part of the activities we started off with the program. The uniqueness of the program is that we actually targeted two segments of the community, that is the SOGs and the children. Now, SOGs were the part of the Nigrani committees, and the children were the part of the Banar Sena. Now, the main function of this committee was to discourage the people from going for the open defecation. Now, the whole approach was focused on the behavioral change as the part of the community to change the old habits, to inculcate them a disciplined behavior of not going and defecating in the open, but using the toilets. Now, although the toilets were built in the villages, but without adequate motivation to use them, we saw that the village people often continued to adhere to the centuries-old practices and abandoned the new toilets, or they put the new toilets into different kind of alternative uses. Now, the financial implications for this program, which OMC had spent, was only 25.40 lakhs, whereas we motivate, and this particular fund was only used for motivating the people to build toilets, to use the already existing toilets. So the total implications which came out of was 3 crores. The people, they spent around 3 crores to build their toilets or repair or repair or rebuild the toilets, and the OMC part was only to go for a behavioral change. The focus was mainly the behavioral change aspect rather than the financial investment from the OMC side. Now, this program was in 2 phases. Initially, when this program was launched in phase 1, wherein we took 15 villages and we declared them as ODF under this project. Seeing the success of the program, this program was again replicated in other 23 villages in other districts of our mining regions as the second phase. So in the initial phase, we only spent 25.40 lakhs. And the second phase, which covered 23 more villages, we sanctioned the amount of 37.01 lakhs. Now, the challenges which we faced were mostly the habitation. The nearby villages are all of our mining villages. Now, there are very hilly areas, so there was usually a problem of constructing these villages. And during the rainy season, there was this we faced a lot of problem in the pit digging and the machine work, and mostly during the festive season the machine was not available, and during the election times also the ODF intervention was very difficult. And the most important was the changing the old habit was initially a very difficult task to to achieve. But still, with the community based approach, taking into account the SHGs and the children and the PRI members and the local leaders, we were able to change this old habit of the people, and we were able to inculcate them a disciplined habit of using the toilet rather than going and defecating in the open. So the statistics I want to highlight was before our intervention, the number of household which were having toilet was 487, and after our intervention, the number went to 3,402. Now, there was another analysis also. Before our intervention, the people who were practicing open defecation was 148, and after the intervention, the number was 0. So the number of households which were using toilet before the intervention was 339, and after that, the numbers went up to 4,107. Now, this is the impact which our intervention was able to give us back. Was 15 villages were benefited, 2,755 new toilets were constructed, 308 damaged toilets were renovated, and 3,768 households were impacted. And we were able to change around 15,072 people. There was a behavioral change, and people were starting using the own toilet or the existing toilets. Now, what was the benefit or what was the key learning which we got from them was the increased visibility created for the OMC CSR support, appreciation of OMC support at the community level. We were able to build a good community rapport with them, and there was continuous engagement despite there was a difference in the personal and the political allegation. And we saw there was an increased awareness and practice of the improved sanitation at all the levels of the community. Now, the indirect benefits, I would like to highlight upon that. There was this creating this, using this SHGs as the Nigrani members, or they were conducting meetings. We saw a kind of women empowerment in them. As we know, these SHGs belong to a particular village, but they also have a federation at the block and the district level. When they go to the particular forum and they share their stories, so they act as a vocal for us. So we also got some other SHGs from other villages to come and see the kind of change in the village. So this is the kind of impact which the small intervention of ours has happened. Then there was this increase in new business. When people started constructing toilets, there was some petty business also which was coming up. So indirectly creating a kind of employment. And when this toilet and construction activities came up, so there was also income for the Mashan people who were sitting there because of this COVID situation. And in a whole, we also developed a good community relationship. Another thing which we got to see in the field that, it's always been seen that toilet is a place which is very untouchable. It's a very unhygienic type of site. But with this intervention, when people started building up their own toilets, when these old toilets were renovated, so people started, we also suggested them to, make that place a little more a scenic beauty to that place. So people started, the SHG members, they started planting some trees. In a way, they planted this moringa, papaya, banana. In a way, and all this, because of this, they had a toilet in place, they had this water supply. So in a way, they also created some small little kitchen garden, which actually impacted the nutrition value also. They have this toilet, they have this water supply, so they created the small little plants, to give that place a feel good factor. So in a way, when this kitchen garden gave nutrition also, this also added to the nutrition of the whole family. So these are the small little changes which we are trying to go through this intervention also. This is some of the testimonials which we tried to capture during our intervention. This is about the phase 1 intervention. And one of the stories which I would like to share is that one of the family, when they were asked to, when they were motivated to construct a toilet, they did not have that much money. So this SHG member of ours, so the family, they decided to sell off their bike. A bike is a very important asset to that particular family in a mining village. But now we see the change. Now for that family, having a toilet in place is an asset. So it is a big asset to their family, and this particular family, they sold off their bike to create that toilet. So this is a kind of change we wanted to bring. As we know, 3 out of the 5 people in rural India suffer the indignity of defecating in women open, and the girls and the women have to venture out in the dark or in the early morning to go and defecate in the open. And we wanted to stop this, to stop them from getting harassed from this kind of mentality. So we roped in all the SHG members. We created some awareness campaigns in the schools. Overall, total whole approach was there behind this program. Thank you. Before I conclude regarding the follow-up activities, once we are out of that village after phase 1, we also give our responsibility to the already formed Nigrani committee to follow up, so that they ensure that people do use the new toilets or their own toilets rather than again going back and regressing to their old age practices. Thank you. That's all from Odisha Mining Corporation. Thank you.
Yeah, OMC has done quite well. At least you have made 23 villages ODF free. Just a simple curiosity. These toilets, 2,700 odd toilets you have constructed and 300 odd you renovated. These are all inside the house, or some of them are public toilets?
No, ma'am, they all are their individual toilets.
You have not constructed any public toilet?
No. They're there. They're outside the house, near to their house.
But it belongs to somebody, not to public.
Yes, it belongs to the family.
Then the problem is there are local hearts. There are small markets. There are visitors who are coming to the place. So how do you ensure that those are the people, they also don't defecate in the open, or they don't they don't have any toilets? There are no common toilet. If there are no common toilet facility, then those people who are not living in a house who has a toilet, they may need to use the open fields. So how do you call this village as ODF?
Ma'am, for that purpose, we have a community toilet system are there. So 705 households who are dependent, those who are residing from outside, they don't have a house. So for that purpose, they are using a community toilet on share basis.
Okay. So that's in a public place.
Yeah.
And OMC has built that?
Yes, OMC has built that.
So those are free for use or pay for use?
It's free, ma'am.
Then who maintains them? The cleanliness, water, who does that?
The community, the Nigrani community, which is built and established for the operation, maintenance, and follow-up of the future course of action, the community has.
Then who pays? Community does it, but then who pays? Actually, if there is a sweeper who comes to clean it, somebody has to pay that sweeper, because Nigrani committee SHG members are not going to clean it. They have to appoint somebody. So where is the pay coming from?
For that, OMC is providing the annual maintenance to those toilets through the Nigrani committee.
That thing didn't come up in your presentation. Okay. And this is all your CSR activity?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So OMC is paying, again, OMC is paying for the maintenance.
Maintenance of the sharing toilets, not all.
Yeah, of the sharing toilets. But now that you said you have come out, like first phase you have come out, those 25 villages you have come out. So who pays now? And how long OMC is going to pay?
For that purpose, because the people are using the sharing toilet, all are the earning members. Now they have developed a device for the collection of the user fee.
So it has to pay per use.
Yeah.
So you, in your presentation, this part is not coming, which is quite important, because otherwise you can't call it ODF.
Yes, it's good, but our beauty is that we created so much community resource person for that purpose. Those who are wanting to across the district also creating this type of environment.
No, that is all right. but you have to assign the job to somebody and the responsibility to somebody to make the payment. Surinder ji, thank you very much. Quite nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very good presentation, and the idea is also very good. I would like to understand what is the role of state government in bringing sanitation in rural communities. Would you please elaborate on this?
State government is assessing and providing only the cash benefit to the household for their construction, and they have also using the SCCC data for identification of the beneficiaries. But when we are talking about the saturation mode, there is a composition of the village is different. Somewhat is left out, and there is a distinguish in between the families, division of the families. So how each and every household have a toilet and use that toilet, this is our ultimate objective to address the SDG goal of 6, because the country scenario is very good as far the data is concerned. The India ranking is 83% out of 100 and Odisha is 86. But in practically the clean water and sanitation at the village level, miles has to be go. So government is only providing the cash benefit to the community for construction of the toilet to the eligible household.
You are saying that the government is having gap filling arrangement?
No, government is based on the statistical of SCCC database.
Okay.
So government is providing saturation mode to all households on SCCC data, but still there is a lot of gap.
Okay, so you are trying to fill up that gap.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So do you have regular meetings with the state government?
Yes, because without state government, we cannot declare ODF villages.
Sir, whenever
Fine.
villages are declared being ODF, it is being given the certificate from the district administration. And whatever CSR initiatives we take with the collaboration with the district administration,
Okay.
relating to the monitoring, follow-up, and the evaluation part.
Okay. Actually, what Shefali Das ma'am was trying to understand how you are going to maintain the system which you have created, whether it will be your role will be there, or the state government role will be there, or panchayat role will be there. As you have mentioned that Nigrani committee has been
Yes.
constituted.
Yes.
So because the infrastructure which you have created should not got defunct after some time.
Correct.
Just elaborate on that mechanism, whether that mechanism will work or not.
The Nigrani committee is the front runner in coordination with the Sarpanch as well as the block officials. So they have regular meetings and they inviting as per their requirement and place demand to the Sarpanch and blocks if anything required. Otherwise, the OMC also in that meeting. The OMC also considering as a resource for that villages, because we are in this system.
Sir,
This is
these
functioning.
villages are the periphery villages of the mining areas. So we already have the commitment to serve these villages. So as of now, though the first phase is over, but still the maintenance of the community toilets is been done by the OMC CSR fund. And now that the Nigrani committee has been formed, so we are handholding them until they come to a place wherein they are able to maintain the toilet with the financial thing. We are still there. And as far as OMC is there and the mines are already there, we are committed to serve this village. So the financial part of this particular maintaining the community toilet is being funded by us.
Okay, actually, we are trying to understand whether it is self-sustaining system you are creating or not.
Sir, we are the target is to create the self-sustaining model only. But now the Nigrani committees are very novice. So we cannot just in a 1 year intervention, we cannot just leave them out. So we are there, we are supporting them. And also as the Nigrani committee members are the earning members, so we are also trying to find out ways where they can, collect some user fee. Fee up rupees of 50 paisa or something, so that these toilets can be maintained.
Okay, good. Very good efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you, sir.
Very good effort.